Okay, I'm going to do a video on lockpicking, and how to make your own. I'll go over the basic tools you need and where to get some of the stuff. Then I'll make a basic lockpick, and at least one of the ones that I use all the time, and I'll show you how it works. So, let's get started. The first thing that you're going to need is windshield wiper blades. You can see I got a bunch of these already cut up. You can find them in garbages outside of auto stores. If you go and get your oil changed, ask the guys there if they have any old wiper blades they're getting rid of. You just got to take them apart, and this is inside the rubber part of the wiper blades. You can get a lot of different thicknesses of them, or actually considered widths. I think the ones that are about a 1/8 of an inch. I have a pair of calipers that I measure all these, and these are 125, so 1/8 inch. I find these the best. They got good spring to them. They don't stay bent when they spring right back, so they're good, and I haven't had any of them rust on me before. So you need that. Even if you just can find 2 wiper blades, you can make a basic set. Bench grinder or Dremel, you don't necessarily need it, but it definitely speeds up the process. And I'll give a quick example of that too. Files, round and triangle. I have a wide variety of files, but for making this one lockpick, we're going to need a round one. I think this is about a 1/4 inch around. And then a triangle file. I got a small triangle one. I got this at a swap meet for 25 cents, and I put a handle on it. I just stuck it in a piece of wood. I got a couple like that. So files you can get pretty cheap. Swap meets you can get them for like $1 or less. Like I said, I found a couple for 50 cents, 25 cents. Pretty easy to get. Sandpaper or Scotch-Brite. Just to kind of smooth out the edges. Needle nose pliers. You're going to need this to make your tension wrench and to hold your pick if you don't have a vise. But if you don't want to make your own, people were asking me where they can actually buy them. Lockpicktools.com. They got great prices, great picks. Their customer service is really good. I'm very impressed with all that, and their designs are awesome too. So that's that. Now there's 2 parts of lockpicking. There's the actual pick, which is something like this. And then there's the tension wrench. You need each one of these to pick a lock. I would say the tension wrench is a little more important, because if you can't turn the lock, then there's no point of picking it. One pick can pick many different types of locks. You don't need a set of 67 picks. I carry a set of 3 picks and 2 tension wrenches on me, and I've had no problem getting into a lot of different locked doors. So I'll show you the 3 designs that I use all the time. That's these. You got your single hook, you got your single diamond, then you got your Bogota rake, or people call it a wave rake or whatever. This is real quick. Getting the locks pretty quickly with these. I haven't found many locks that can stand this. So I'm going to show how to make this real quick, and then we'll go over to my garage door and I'll show you that I can pop it open. I'll show you how to make a tension wrench real quick. It's pretty easy. I'm gonna take my needle nose pliers and I'm gonna even up the end of this, like so. Then I'm just gonna put it in till it comes out the other side of the needle nose plier, right about there, and then just bend it at a 90. That's all you really need. You can mess around with different thicknesses and how long this is. You can also get another pair of pliers, like so, and you can do what's called a twist flex, which is a little easier on your hands. Doesn't necessarily make the picking easier, just instead of having your finger always on an edge, it's on the flat part. Very simple to make. So that took me a couple seconds to make that. So next we're going to do the pick. I'm going to trim off one of these ends. And so I'll show you how to make this. I'm going to do a real quick version of it on my vise. So I'm going to stick it in the vise about halfway down. This vise has seen a lot of years of use, so I don't know if it's going to hold it very well. Need to invest in a new one. So, sticking about halfway up. And I'm going to take my round file and I'm going to go about 3/8 of an inch in from the end, and I'm going to put my first half round shape. I'm going to do another one right next to it so it forms a peak. And popped out of the vise. See if I can get a better grip on this. Oh, the stories this vise could tell. Okay. You want to try and make them about the same depth. Then you're going to make a third one. So what you're left with is that. Next thing we're going to want to do is you're going to want to 45 the end of it. So I'll take my, normally I do this on a grinder, but you can do it with your needle nose pliers. And just snip the end. I'll take my flat file, just kind of clean that up a little bit. Make sure there's no sharp edges on it. Alright, after that we're going to want to trim down this back about a ½ inch, 5/8. I normally put an angled edge on it. You'll see in a second what it looks like. This is just a relief to go inside the lock. So now there's a relief on the back of it. This definitely isn't as pretty as I would like, but it's kind of a quick little lockpick. So the next thing is you're going to want to turn it over, and across from each peak you're going to want to make a cutout. You can do that with the triangle file, but real quick, I'm going to set this right here and I'm going to turn on my bench grinder, and I'll show you how fast you can get those other cutouts in there with a bench grinder. So now I got my other cutouts. And what I'll do is I'll take my file, make sure there's no sharp edges, get rid of any of the big burrs. And now is where the sandpaper or the Scotch-Brite comes in. Is you want to get any little burrs, you want to try and make it nice and smooth so it rakes all the pins in the lock very nice and evenly. If you have a wire wheel or something like that, that works even better. I just want to make sure it's nice and smooth so it doesn't grab on anything. So now that we have our pick, and where'd our wrench go? And our wrench, we'll go over to the door real quick and we'll see if this worked. So I got my door right here, and we set this up. There we go. Okay, I know the view's kind of shaky. It's actually pretty cruddy. Okay, well, I'll show you. Right now we're unlocked. Go behind here. Door is locked. Now we'll see if our two picks are picking our tension wrench. Can open that up. So tension wrench and a pick, that'll do the job. You can see this is actually how I have some of my picks set up, just so I'm not carrying a whole lot. I'll have a pick on one side and the other side will have a tension wrench, and then I'll have, let's say, just a hook or just a diamond with a tension wrench on the back, just so I only got 3 pieces I have to carry. So that's really about it for lockpicking. If you go to lockpicking101.com, they got a lot of good information on there on how to make your own picks and a lot of good designs. If you type in lockpick templates on Google, a lot of stuff comes up for different templates. A lot of it is just messing around with what you like and with what works good for you. I know some people, they love all different types of hooks, and they exclusively just use hooks to move each pin individually. Stuff like this with the rakes, you're kind of moving every pin at once. So it's all up to you. It's whatever you prefer. So that's a little DIY on lockpicking. Like I said, it took me, I think I spent more time talking about it than actually making these, and I was able to open up that door pretty easily. So that's it. Hopefully next weekend I'll have another how-to video up. I got a nice little list from all my viewers on stuff they want to see. So hopefully next weekend I'll have something else up.